What's up, everybody? Happy holidays from me and the Go Hub staff. It's Christmas tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching this video. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you all. Got a fun video to do today. We're going to cover some PvP tactics. This is going to be new and updated. I actually wrote an article over it, so we're going to go over that, brush through it. And then we're also going to go over why Stardust is more important now than ever. Another article I wrote. Both those links will be in the description down below. But first thing I want to talk about is my last video. Is PvP already dead in Pokemon Go? And you guys, the community, had a couple answers to that. And your guys' voice matters. That's one thing that I want to really stress. Your guys' opinions, your voice, it matters, especially on my channel. You have a voice. I will listen to you guys. Like the comments. I always read the comments. You guys have a voice. So let's kind of go over what you guys think. MixNLV says, not dead for me and a few friends. I don't know where the info comes from. Okay. I am actually glad that you have quite a few friends that still enjoy PvP, because we need more people to enjoy PvP. The info basically comes from like Trainer Tips. He did a very big poll. I mean, almost 24,000 people, and a lot of people don't care about PvP. They mostly win, and also people are mostly seem to be doing it for Sinnoh Stones. Mary H says Pokecoins, add Pokecoins. I agree. Why not? You know, just a small amount. Why not? Because there's one thing that you guys gotta understand. Pokecoins is free for Niantic. If they give out Pokecoins, it does not cost them money. It does not. It's a virtual, unrealistic currency that does not have value. Only when you purchase it, it has value. But giving it away does not. Let's see, I may have guessed if Niantic changed something to do with PvP, maybe it'll make it better to make people who don't care about, just my opinion. Yeah, there's some possible changes that could definitely make the PvP. What? It's kind of up in the air right now, but there's definitely some changes. TMs and rare candies as rewards, or more dust would be a start, and weekly challenges or whatever to deserve certain rewards, like AS gives. I can't remember what that means, but also it's just too different from the battle system when the handheld games. I agree. I found myself playing Pokemon Showdown constantly for its competitive aspect, which is completely absent in PvP for me. There is some competitive aspect, but there isn't enough, so I can kind of agree with that. I dislike the shield system as well, just let us dodge. Okay. Okay. When I asked my son to play Pokemon Go with me, he said that the game is for old people. The community is a lot older than you think. Too slow, too boring, etc. I think that's why so many older folk play this game. Maybe PvP battling too stressful for them. There could be. It's a very in-depth system, actually, and there's a lot to learn. I like PvP, but I wish it was turn-based. Interesting. Very few in my community are interested in PvP. Shiny hunting is the #1 interest. Same with my community, too. If PvP earned you a badge that increased your shiny catch rate, then you would be, then they would battle more. It has become a game for collectors. And that's how it started, too, guys. Remember that. I keep trying to PvP, but I can never get my friends to do it. That's an issue. You don't know when your friends are online, or if they even want to participate. Okay, this is a long one. Basically talking about how the system is so strange, how there's bugs switching out, and then how the type effectiveness is working, and it's not really working that well. That's basically in a nutshell. It's very, very interesting, saying how the battle system isn't really perfected just yet. Sinnoh Stones are first, yes, but easy friend increase. Maybe I'm too early on this thought. It is an easy friend increase, but to be able to, you know, get that together is kind of tough. PvP is in its infancy and will eventually be more features. I am impressed that they finally have it out. I am too. It will be imperative going forward to know about Pokemon typing, strengths, and weaknesses as competitions and tournaments start to form. I'm attending a local tournament next week. The thing is, though, the competitive aspect is the problem. People aren't competitive enough. Like, they don't care to be, and I don't blame them. That's fine. So this aspect here won't grow any more than it already has right now. If a lot of people in the community aren't already feeling like this, that they're hyped about tournaments and competitions, if people don't care about it right now, they're not going to care about it in the future. So that's the thing. Let's see. If you aren't friends with someone trying to battle against, it gets awkward. Example. Oh, hey, how are you? Do you play Pokemon? Yeah, why? Want to battle? Awkward moment. Sure. I can see that. Only do it for Sinnoh Stones, but haven't gotten a single one yet. That's an issue too. That turns people away. So just kind of want to read through those because your guys' voice matters, your opinions matter. I love everything you guys have been saying. Keep up the great work. Now let's move on to the topic. So good job, guys. Awesome, awesome. PvP tactics by your boy. Okay, so bye-bye shields. You're trying to draw out shields, right? You only get 2 in one battle. So what should be your number one choice to do that? 3-bar charge moves. 3-bar charge moves charge up very quickly. We've seen that in raids and in gym battles. So 3-bar charge moves, since they charge quickly, you can fire them off really fast in PvP, drawing out a shield because your opponent doesn't want to take damage. So if you're already firing off a charge move within the first like 2 seconds of the battle per se, you're going to be doing some heavy damage quickly because you're charging off those 3-bar charge moves really fast, drawing out shields early in the game. So when it comes to the end of the PvP battle, you can hit them with a solar beam, an overheat, a really big move for one-hit KO because they don't have the shields to block it. So bye-bye shields, 3-bar charge moves. Look into what Pokemon have 3-bar charge moves. A good example, throw a Pokemon out like Latios with Dragon Claw at the beginning of the battle, and chances are you'll be able to fire one of your Dragon Claws out, if not more. If your opponent decides to take the hit, that's great. For these, they're weaker moves. 3-bar charge moves are weaker moves, but if your opponent decides to take the hit, that's great, actually. But if they also decide to use a shield, 1 down, 1 more to go, right? So 3-bar charge moves are definitely a way to bait shields, do a good amount of damage, especially in the beginning of a battle. So 3-bar charge moves are a staple for a PvP tactic that you can use in Pokemon Go. Now, saving Pokemon. This is a good example. Now, the Stardust event, or the Double Candy event, is over, right? But we can expect one happening sometime later next year. Don't know when, but it's because of this, the candies. I mean, the candies can rack up, especially if you don't have a lot of rare candies. So saving Pokemon for another double transfer event isn't a bad idea if you can do it. And this is a PvP tactic because if you can unlock that second move for that Pokemon, and with the candy and the Stardust, that's a tactic. Having a second charge bar move is absolutely pivotal in having more success of winning in a PvP battle. So having the second move is very important. Of course, like I said, the double transfer candy is over, but we can expect to see one sometime next year for sure. So this is an interesting situation. If you have room for Pokemon that you know you're going to use in PvP and you have extras, don't transfer them yet. Save them for a double transfer event. If you can. It's not a must, but if you can. Switching Pokemon. Okay, so this is interesting. Switching Pokemon at the beginning of the battle can allow you to become victorious, as long as you switch to a Pokemon that doesn't have a lot of type weaknesses. I'll give an example. Let's say I go up against a Raikou in a Master League or Ultra League, doesn't matter, and I have a flying Pokemon out. So I switch to an Aggron, which is a Steel type and a Rock type, but they don't have anything to combat that. But they switch Pokemon also. They're like, oh crap, he switched, I need to switch, right? But they switch to a Pokemon that doesn't have any type advantage over my Aggron. So you draw out a switch, and just because you switch doesn't mean you're going to lose the battle. So I'm just going to, like I said, this is going to be linked in the description. I'm not going to read this. But someone mentioned saying that you'd be at a disadvantage if you switch offensively in the beginning. That's not the case. Just want to let you guys know. So some other tactics, never stop tapping. Never. Just don't. There's some ghost hits. You can get 1 to 2 ghost hits that will damage your opponent when they're switching out. Just never stop tapping. To throw your opponent off, you can use a charge move while your opponent is switching out a Pokemon. Either you can bait a shield or they can take damage immediately. You can build up a charge move, right? So if you have a charge move available, you can actually switch out Pokemon, and when you come back to that one, it still has this charge move available. So it's saving a charge move for later in a pivotal moment in the battle. And then if you have 2 charge moves, bait a shield by using one of them, that isn't very effective. So like if I have a Arcanine against the Metagross, Fire is super effective to Metagross. So if I have Flamethrower and Wild Charge, I'll use Wild Charge to bait a shield, right? They use a shield and they think, oh, all he has is Wild Charge. I can take the next hit. I use Flamethrower on the next hit, one hit KO because fire is super effective to Metagross. So you can use a second not very effective move, charge move, to bait a shield, thinking that they can take the next one without fainting, and that won't be the case. So there you go, there's your PvP tips. Now let's talk Stardust, and we're going to make this quick. This video is about 11 minutes already. So the thing is, the reason why Stardust is needed now more than ever, well, first off, let's go over trades again. New trades for new shinies and legendaries, excuse me, with one person, like a random person, is 1,000,000 Stardust. And let's be honest, nobody wants to have to wait 30 days to build friendship to where the Stardust cost is only 80,000. People usually want their shinies or their new legendaries really quickly. Like, it's the most optimal way to get them. If you can afford to do it right away, why not? Get that shiny legendary, that shiny Pokemon, or that legendary that you don't have right away, but the cost is super expensive. People who wait 30 days might forget about it altogether. So already Stardust is kind of an issue with more and more shinies being released and people wanting to trade. Now, bring in the moves like we just talked about, it's even worse. Stardust, 100,000, 75,000, even 50,000 adds up when you're trying to add moves to Pokemon to be a better PvP trainer and have more options. Because one thing about PvP is for certain, you want to have options. Options is the best way to, I guess, technically win in PvP, win battles. Have different types, have different moves, have options so you can be a more strategic PvP player. So the Stardust just keeps adding up. So what's a way to fix it? Well, this is a current way we can obtain Stardust. It's not a lot. Way to fix it is simply double all our standard Stardust costs right now. Or not costs, excuse me. The way we can earn it. So instead of 100, make it 200 for a single stage catch. Make it 600. Like, double everything. Because right now, it's just not an ample amount of Stardust. People have jobs and stuff, so they can't just go out and grind during these double Stardust events. And even if you do grind, you're still not really getting that much Stardust. Think about it. I put an actual scenario here. Catching 100 Pokemon per day is 10,000 Stardust. That can be a struggle, because catching 100 Pokemon is not something that's simply easy for someone to do. If they work, have kids, have a family, they have things and priorities they have to do in life, and catching 100 Pokemon, that's what you want to do. You want to catch 100 Pokemon per day because that means in 10 days you have 100,000 Stardust, but it's just not simply that easy for a casual player that plays every day. You got to remember, not all of us are dedicated players, including myself. I struggle to catch 100 Pokemon per day, so the Stardust is not, it's very important. Niantic is not giving us enough to gather a bunch of Stardust. And remember, like I said, even during a double Stardust event, that 10,000 Stardust for 100 Pokemon is only 20,000. It's not like it's really going up that fast. So, there you guys have it. There's a little bit of talk today. Again, Merry Christmas. Just want to do this video, give you guys some more tactics, letting you know that your guys' voice matters. We are very, very close to 1,400 subscribers. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. It's the best gift of all this year is your guys' support, seriously. And also just want to talk about the Stardust too. So you guys know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't already. Always doing informational videos. Your boy, Fitz, Pokemon Go Hub writer and editor. Again, can't stress enough. Thank you guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the PvP tactics. PvP as a whole, and the Stardust issue. Stardust is an issue, let's just be honest. And smash the like button. That's the way Fitz I'm signing off. See you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.